Hello, everybody. Long time no see because I feel like I haven't been as present online as I normally am. But welcome to Birdie in the Books. Today I will be combining two videos into one because I feel like each video would be too short. So I'm combining the end of the year book tag. I know I should have done this earlier, but life. And then the 10 books I would like to read before the end of the year. I don't know if I'm technically live, so I will wait before I continue to see. Okay. Hi, Liz. If you're here, I am definitely live. Thank you. But I'm in the middle of so many books right now, plus the content that I want to get out before the end of the year. Let me pull up the questions. I'm going to go out of order with the questions for the end of the year book tag because of how I have my books stacked up and I don't want books to fall. I would like to make it through a video without my books falling. That'd be great. Give me one moment. You would think I should be prepared. Okay. So the end of the year book tag was created by Ariel Bissett. I think I'm saying that name correctly. She's tagged down below. Her original videos tagged down below. The questions are tagged down below. So if anybody wants to do this, even if you don't have a channel, you can do it in the comments down below. The end of the year book tag. So I'm going to start with question 2 because question 1 I'm going to save till the end because I have a long list of answers for that one. Do you have any autumnal books to bridge you over to the next part of the year? Yes, I do. The plans for next year, I have to plan. Ugh, plans. I already have some stuff planned. Hi, Britton. How are you? So I'm gonna start with question 2, which is, do I have any autumnal books to help me get into the last part of the year? I wanted to read this in October, but I didn't get to it, but I plan on reading it. Oh, if I can lift it. I will show the hardcover in a second because it'll be hard to see this cover. A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney. Maybe I'm hoping you guys can see this better. This is the hardcover, and it's like a Legends and Lattes type of book. So very cozy. Can we just talk about how pretty this book is? Like, these are the end pages. And there's a cat on the corner. His name is Merlin. If I can move this, that'd be great. There we go. But it's so pretty. So this is definitely going to be a book that's part of my 10 before the end that I plan on reading before the end of the year. I'm just kind of in this cozy mode right now. Yeah, if Fall had a book, that's that. I've never read anything by her, but I do believe she has a YouTube channel. I could not find it, but she has like on AuthorTube. Wallace Kinney. Now to get to my Christmas books. I was sent this by the author, Anna Grace, who is a Harlequin heartwarming author. Mistletoe at Jameson Ranch. This is part of her. What is the name of the series? The Teacher Project. She has 3 books out in the series, and all of them center around a teacher. So this one just looks really cute, and I will have content on this later in the month. I can't say just yet, but I will have content on this later in the month. And I will be buddy reading this with my friend Bree that hosts the Categorically Romance podcast. So another one of my 10 before the end. Is there a release for 2024 that I'm still waiting for? I don't think so. One of the books, most of the books that I'm waiting for are coming out in January, so that doesn't count for 2024. I'm actually answering for what books do I want to read before the end of the year. And is there a book that could still shock me into a 5-star? Absolutely. This. All of the books I'm listing could be 5 stars, and I will be very happy if they're 5 stars. And the last question is, have I started planning content for the end of the year? Yes and no. Yes, in a loose sense, like I'm going to be continuing my author spotlight into a classic author. I will be continuing my Jane Austen read through into 2024 because it ended up going into next year. But I'm hoping and planning on continuing, because Jane Austen only has 6 full works. I want to do Edith Wharton next. So that'll be my project for the beginning of 2025. And then I have a couple author interviews scheduled. I can't mention anything yet because of publishing dates, but I do have some stuff already scheduled, but loosely. Yeah. I wish I enjoyed Brandon Sanderson more. I like him as a person. I just That's not my type of fantasy, I don't think. I've tried. Do I well, funny you should ask. Old. Um so we're looking for the discussion to be early January, late December for Emma, because I wanted to give myself some time, because I believe this is her chunkiest book, so I wanted to give myself some time to take notes and everything. And then we have Pride and Prejudice left and Mansfield Park left. So again, this is part of my 10 before the end. Okay, that makes me feel better that I'm not getting this out so late, because I felt so bad because it was supposed to get out 2 weeks ago, but then just life happened. My grandmother unexpectedly came to town, so and I'm actually part of a Zora Neale Hurston summit that is happening online. They're doing a book club online, and the last book we have for the year is Zora Neale Hurston's Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick. I believe this is a short story collection, so I'm looking forward to reading this in December. And I just love this. Like, look at the back. It's beautiful. I can't wait to get to this one. And I have Kill the Beast by Serena Valentino. This is book 11 in her Villains series. I've read this whole entire series except this book this year, so I want to finish it so I can do a author spotlight on Serena Valentino. And I just love these tiny little paperbacks, or not paperbacks, they're hardcovers. These are, I wouldn't call them technically a retelling, but the original story that we all know, like This is Beauty and the Beast, but told by this character's point of view. And I love these hardcovers for this reason. Like, there's on every single one, there is different art on the hardcover, which I think is so awesome. And this is technically the thickest one. This is 432 pages. They're all relatively short, but they're fun. I'm a Disney fanatic, so I've read them all. And my friends have been telling me to read it for a very long time, and I finally got to it this year. And this is the only book of hers that I have left. And then she has book 12 coming out, which is The Broken Heart, which is the story of Alice in Wonderland by the Queen of Hearts perspective. It's going to definitely deal with some prequel stuff, but I think it's going to be the story from Gaston's point of view. Like book 2 in the series is the story from the Beast point of view. So it goes into a little bit of prequel stuff, but just to explain why the character was the way the character was in the film that we all grew up with. I highly recommend the series if you just want to listen to some fantastic audio. The audios are great. And she also, they're standalones, but she also has retellings of the Headless Horseman and what is the other one? She has another one that I can't remember the name of. And now this answers this part of the question. Goes back to the first question of the tag. What books do you have to finish before the end of the year? I'm 11 chapters into this. This is called the Lizzie and Darcy Mystery in Want of a Suspect. It's by Tirza Price. I apologize if I say your first name incorrectly because that would drive me crazy. This is a retelling but a murder mystery of the Lizzie and Darcy story in Pride and Prejudice. And being a Jane Austen fan like I am, I wanted to read everything. I've read the 3 other books that are loose retellings. Like the first one's called Pride and Premeditation with these 2 characters. And then the second one's called Sense and Second Degree Murder with the characters from Sense and Sensibility. The third one is Manslaughter Park. It is a retelling of Mansfield Park. And this is the beginning of a new series, the Lizzie and Darcy Mystery Series. I'm 11 chapters in. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Christine, and we're loving it. I think I need to get to chapter 15 or 16 today. So these are the ones that I'm working on. I want to read those. My friends have been buying them for me for Christmas on my birthday, so I do have a list of them that I want to read. I want to start with the Peter Pan one because I love Peter Pan, or Peter Pan retellings. Liz, you will recognize this one. I have to read I'll Be Home for Mischief. This is book 5 in a Christmas Tree Farm mystery series by Jacqueline Frost. Book 5. The Tirza Price books, like, don't go in expecting it to be a beat for beat of the Jane Austen series, but they're a lot of fun, and it's a different way to look at Jane Austen. They're so much fun. Whoops, my mouse is not cooperating. There we go. So this is book 5 in the Christmas Tree Farm mystery by Jacqueline Frost, aka Julianne Hatcher. This is a pseudonym. I'm not going to say much because this is book 5. I don't want to spoil it for people, but I'm so excited. There were some problems with NetGalley, so I was supposed to get it ARC and didn't because there was issues with NetGalley. So I can't wait to read this. I got the audiobook. The audiobooks are fantastic. This is going to be short, fun, and I can't wait to check in on the characters like Cookie and her goat friend. Oops, let me make sure I don't have a pile ready to fall over. Oh, I need to pick this one back up. I'm at Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the sequel to Throne of the Fallen. I just wish they weren't so chunky. Like I'm kind of, I don't know. I've been reading so many chunky books lately that I'm just kind of like over it. Oops, my mouse is not cooperating today. I apologize. Oh my, I can't wait. I'm going to take a weekend and just read it because I just want to sit here with Christmas music on in the background, like instrumental music. I can't listen to music while reading, but I'm so excited. And it's the perfect book to get you into the Christmas mood. Um I don't know if you have this next one, Liz. They're so chunky. Like, can we just have short fantasies? Like, that's what bothers me the most is they're too chunky. And I only have two more that I plan on reading by the end of the year. I'm in the middle of, I'm 40% into What the River Knows. I'm going to count this as two because I also have the sequel that I will be buddy reading with my friend Jen, who I co-host the Who Picked This book club with. What the River Knows. This is very, I don't know how to sell this. It is anthropology, deals with finding some things that you shouldn't find. It kind of gives me Mummy vibes. Like if you've seen the movie The Mummy. I don't want to give too much away because a lot gets slowly brought out. But I'm loving it so far. I'm just reading it a lot slower than I was planning to. The audiobook is so good. Like the audio narrators are perfection for these books. They're just I am chapter 4. I'm like 15 chapters into this one. Reading it a lot slower than I was hoping, but I'm enjoying it. And the last book I have for the 10 before the end is I don't have it physically, but I have the audiobook. Audible. This will make my friend Bree, who co-hosts or who hosts the Categorically Romance podcast, very happy. Miracle on Fifth Avenue by Sarah Morgan. I've had the audio forever, and I'm finally getting to it this year because I want to be in the holiday mood. I don't know. I just want to be cozy and just read holiday romance because I've been reading a lot of like books I'm enjoying, but a lot of heavy books, and I just want to have fun. We have very short time left in the year, so I'm just having fun. And if I don't get to all of it, that's fine. I'm kind of tired of stressing myself out over what books I get to and what books I don't. For what the river knows and what the library hides, I don't know if we're gonna discuss them, but I know we're gonna. I've just been sending Jen messages about book one because she's already read it because she read it when it came out last year. So we're just gonna buddy read book two at some point. We'll probably discuss them slightly during the December book club meeting, but I'm not sure 100%. I know that wasn't a full answer, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I have a lot of things loosely planned for next year. I have a couple author interviews coming up. Um, Pretty exciting ones, if I say so myself. Let's see what else is going on. I have to do the end of the year content, but I don't do that in December. I try to do that in January because it's not technically the end of the year. And as one of the questions that says in the end of year book tag, I can still have a 5-star. So I don't want to make my content until January because January is when 2025 hits. The series actually made the I understand that feeling. And I am going to be focusing next year on more backlist. I have a couple pre-orders next year, but not many. Books are getting too expensive, so I'm going to focus on books I already have that I haven't read. Um yeah, I'm just going to be doing I'll be working on some video essays sort of. Um So I don't want to say too much because I don't know when they're coming out yet, but I've been slowly working on content for next year. Um, is anybody else working on content for next year or their reading plans for next year or anything like that? I know I'm probably going to start with Age of Innocence from Edith Wharton because I sadly can admit that I've never read an Edith Wharton and it makes me really sad. I've seen the film. I actually watched it in my literature and film class when I was in college. Ooh, keep me posted. There are a couple books that you recommended to me that I plan on reading next year. So we'll have to get together and do a discussion at some point. Ooh, is there? Good to know. I know I want to get to what is the China medieval one? Perdido Street Station. I think I'm saying that correctly. Um, yeah, that's the only one that I have like not concrete answers on if I'm gonna read when I'm gonna read it, but I know I'm gonna read it next year. I I love the film. I always feel like I mess up that title. It never comes out of my mouth correctly. Like my tongue's always in the way or something. And I do want to read the short story by Susanna Clark that came out in the same world of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. But I'm waiting to see if that one goes on sale because it's $14 for a 64-page hardcover story. So I'm not stressing myself out. I'm just trying to focus on what makes me happy content wise. Um, I can't make a promise that I'm going to be consistent, but the content that I'm going to put out will be good content. And that's to me, that's all that matters. Because life happens sometimes. And I might never be a huge channel, and that's okay. I like the little community that I've got, my little small community, and that's okay. But I'm also not going to stress myself out because it's supposed to be fun. This isn't a job for me. Like, I don't have a Patreon or anything like that. I just want to have a good time with it. So I'm going to give myself the freedom to basically read what I want to read. And if it fits into, like, I know I'm going to do a couple buddy reads. Actually, Britton, if you're still here, I have a question for you because I forgot to ask. When are you planning on reading If Beale Street Could Talk? Because I want to continue my read of James Baldwin. I've read a bunch of James Baldwin this year, and I want to continue my read of that one. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Yay! I'm going to tag on to that because Darko told me about it. So if you don't mind if I tag on. That's a good idea. I need to wrap up a bunch of series, like series that I own. Um, I'm not going to stress out if I carry anything over. Patricia, well, I'll have to check her out. I have I found a used copy of the Library of America editions of all of James Baldwin's work. So I have 3 bind up books. And I've read 3 or 4 this year that I loved. And I haven't read If Beale Street Could Talk. I want to see the film because it's probably fantastic. Yes, yay! Because Darko and I have been messaging back and forth on Discord about it. Perfect. So it's not right away. I am taking part in small little like read-alongs. Like I'm taking part in a read-along of Cane River by Lolita Tomei. I think I'm saying her name correctly. It is a historical fiction, I believe. I have to find a copy. That's starting January 1st. But I'm not like my schedule's getting too crazy, so I'm going to not stress out next year. That's going to be my main thing. Apologize, my phone's going off. Ooh, I'm definitely going to have to check her out. This ended up being a lot shorter than I was expecting. That's okay. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get together, Britain, and talk and figure some stuff out because there's some stuff that I want to get done. I want to get down my owned TBR. There's so many books that I own that I still haven't read yet. Wow, that's a lot. That sounds like Nora Roberts with the JD Robb series. She's at book 60. Okay, perfect. But thank you for everybody watching now. Thank you, Britton. Thank you, Liz. Um, the next time you'll probably see me, it's probably going to be the 11th on the Who Picked This Book YouTube channel for our December discussion. We're trying to have it a little bit earlier because of the holidays. And I'm probably going to put out some videos, but I'm going to wait until January to do my end of the year content. So thank you for everybody watching now, and thank you for everybody watching in the afterwards. And if you want to answer these questions, you're tagged. If you haven't done it yet, if you don't have a channel, you can answer it in the comments down below. Everybody's tagged down below. I'm looking forward to next year. A lot of things have changed for me in the past year, so I'm just kind of going with the flow. All right. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.